Thanks. It's a lot of me. Well, contentious is about right, because unlike the previous speakers, I'm going to rant about something which is extremely popular, and I think it's a very, very bad thing. And that is a thing virtually everybody will have seen on television, and it's to do with food. It's the leading food programs on television, and that is the competitive the competitive food programs, particularly MasterChef. And it's my feeling that, I've only ever watched one, and I found it so unpleasant that I could never bring myself to watch another. Until this morning, actually, when I was in my hotel room, and there was Junior MasterChef on the television, so I saw it, and it was almost as bad as I'd forgotten. From before. There was one of those two horrible men, not the horrible bald one, the horrible mouthy chef, who was talking to kids, and I wrote down what he said, and he said, "Today, your food has to be out of this world." These people, I have seen more of the one called the Great British Menu, which is based on a totally spurious idea of a invented meal, and they get terribly worked up about it. And these people seem to have had a humour endectomy. So any humour is removed from it. They're pushed, they're challenged, they make young chefs cry, and this is supposed entertainment. Hugely popular. It's cheap, formulaic, shoddy, rubbish television, and it's got nothing to do with food. And I think that, if everybody reached for the off switch, it would be a better world, really. A few years ago, I won a food competition. It was it's something that's disappeared now, so I can't even boast about it. But shortly, for a brief spell afterwards, a kind of flavour of the month, and one of these production companies rang me up, and they said to me, "What we want is for you to go around to people's homes, they'll cook you a meal, and we want you to be rude about it." I said, "What? It goes against everything that I was brought up to believe, that, you're polite to people if they're being your host." And that my response was so disappointing to them that was the end of that. But it kind of mutated into another programme that I've never seen. But these programmes, mystifyingly to me, are just endlessly popular. And as I can only reiterate that they have very, very little to do with food. People will be watching them and then going and eating cheese string while they're watching it, or some, ready-made meal from Waitrose. I think they are the programmes made by morons, and I won't say watched by morons, but if we watch them repeatedly, then they will make you moronic. That's my unpopular rant.